Dreamcatcher doing Dreamcatcher things. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications because it does help me out a lot. It is very nice of you to do, and I am super grateful for all the support. Now, I'm excited because last week I did my first ever K-pop reaction on my channel. It's a group called Dreamcatcher, and I am hooked. I was blown away by their talent, loved the song, and I've been listening to that song on repeat ever since. And you can only imagine my joy when shortly after that reaction, a lot of the fans let me know that they were about to release a brand new video and song. This one's called Odd Eye. It's quite fresh. At the time of this recording, it's only been out for about a day, and I can't wait to get stuck into this one. But before I do, I want to send a massive thank you to the K-pop Dreamcatcher fan base, the Insomnias, because you've been so supportive, so welcoming, and so kind, so educational. It's difficult when you dip your toes into a new genre and you try and analyze the music, explain why certain elements are happening in the production. It can be quite tough, and you guys have been so patient and so kind that it really has touched my heart. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all, and I can't wait to get stuck into this one. So Dreamcatcher, Odd Eye, let's see what you got.
모두가 바람 찬란한 이곳 셀 수 없이 슬픔을 흘린 후 조금씩 보이는 new world 경계선을 넘어선 그 공간 더 아름다운 풍경을 in my eyes 긴 방황 끝에 찾은 듯했지만 또 마주쳐버린 희망 속의 light.
Okay, so they just make me smile, man. I can't help it. I'm going to go back to because I want you to hear something. I've only heard one and a tiny bit of a second song now, but there are already things I'm noticing that are themes of this, things they do with the production and the build-up of songs that makes it quite ownable. They started out again with those environmental sounds. It was the water droplets and the static. When the music kicked in, there's this really nice thing they do, and it's kind of a step down in scales, but it feels like it's exponential. So you have that nice bass synth, it drops quite low, and then it drops even lower on the last hit. And there's a continuation of that when the music evolves. You hear that kind of percussive placement again. It's quite erratic. In certain instances, it's on its own. In other instances, there's a lot more placements of it, and it's really nice. It helps that rhythm flow. It helps it feel like it's building. There was a whistle on top that came in that followed that same drop-down pattern, but it did retreat a bit. There's a lot of musicality to the production of this. The quality is outstanding. Dreamcatcher doing Dreamcatcher things.
셀 수 없이 슬픔을 흘린 후 조금씩 보이는 new world 경계선을 넘어선 그 공간 더 아름다운 풍경을 in my eyes 긴 방황 끝에 찾은 듯했지만 또 마주쳐버린 희망 속의 light 더럽다 교묘해져 my mistake oh 빛으로 가려지는 so sorrow 미소에 속아 방심하는 그 순간 숨은 비밀을 봐 오달 더 깊이 빠져들어봐봐 다갈 듯한 거짓말 달콤함에 가려져 경기를 넘는 눈과 끝까지 맞서려는 절망 끝이 있지 않을까 first 여긴 찾던 곳이 아닌 걸 No more utopia
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they got me. As that chorus kicks in, it is power. Super catchy. Awesome sound to it. It gets you hyped straight away. Again, they're following a certain pattern here. There is that drop-down elements, especially with the vocal phrasing. You can hear it in some of the percussion. You can hear it in some of the synth. And you can hear it with the guitar. But there's an interesting layoff there. So in the chorus, and I'm not going to go back too far because you are going to hear more choruses, I'm sure. Why wouldn't you with something that great? And they're following what is a standard structure at the moment. You had your intro, you had your verse piece, there was a pre-chorus. The pre-chorus was a doubling up of intensity. It felt like there was a double time to it. Then you go into that chorus where there's a nice scale down, even on the phrasing. So it's not dropping just in that rhythm pattern. It's actually dropping in some of the vocal phrasing. And the guitar was following that amazingly well. There's that rock influence to this again that nice drive on the guitar work as well. But there was an offset and delay in the second one. I want to hear that again because I didn't catch all of it, but it is absolutely power. Pack a lunch because this one's going to be a goodie.
Yeah, live it up. 무의미해 벨버둥 진해 같은 곳에 머문 듯해 다시 끝없는 갈증을 낳는 채 신기를 쫓아도 거기엔 없는데 허물한 찰나 완벽한 환상 현실을 가린 채 흐려진 눈에 보이는 결말 마주쳐버린 희망 속의 light.
I am a huge hip-hop fan. Big fan. And I like people who are not only thoughtful in their message, but also with their phrasing. I'm a big NF fan. I like when groups use great rappers effectively. And that's what they do here. I heard it in the first song. I'm hearing it in this song. And it's not necessarily overcomplicated. And there's a great production to it. There's some nice auto-tune pieces and run-offs. There's some nice echo on that as well. There's a deeper underlay as if you would do like a vocal harmony, but it's for a different purpose with that. And I like that it's that quick stop. So it's almost that staccato phrasing where it's rushed and then it's stopped to open up so that you can hear the music in the background. A bit like you do with a breakdown in a band, although be it for a very different purpose. I like it a lot because a lot of pop groups and mainstream artists in general will have hip-hop sections or moments in their songs, and they don't do it very well, and it breaks my heart. Here, it is absolutely fire. It adds value. It's contained. It isn't trying to overtake. It's just trying to be another dynamic, another element of the song. They all have such different skill sets in their vocal ability, and it shows. I think there's seven members in the group. I think someone said every single one perfection. I'm going to stop right there because I want to take a guess at something. All my knowledge and production experience is based on bands and usually within the heavier genre of music. So at this point, you'd ordinarily go into a bridge. And that's what traditional structure tells me. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. It's been quite high energy. It's been quite pacey. It'd be good to see if they kind of drop that energy and intensity there or if they keep it up. Ordinarily, you'd expect it to drop and be something that gives the listener a break and then they punch harder again. But to be honest, I've been so surprised by everything they've done so far. I'm just excited. Just a fan. That runoff with the guitar is interesting because it is actually a separation from the vocal phrasing. They do something where ordinarily with a really catchy hook like that, you'd have a 3-part repetition and then on your 4 you'd have a tail. And they've kind of switched that and reversed it a little bit with the chorus. And it's just nice. It's small things that are nods to musicality, to understanding that they are trying to have a unique presence while still ticking a lot of the boxes that you want from a catchy song. Power. 조금씩 사라져가는 걸멈 나를 따라만 오는 줄 알았던 그림자를 따라가는 듯이 바꾸지 못하는 운명 속에 희망은 더 사라져가. I'm stopping there and I will go back so we get the full essence of the build-up. Don't worry, I do not ever mean to break the flow, but the point of this channel is to educate, to learn for myself, and to just celebrate new music. So they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They dropped that intensity, but not in terms of the timing. The timing stayed energetic. It just dropped a lot of that percussive beat out. It dropped a lot of that low energy, that bassy frequency dropped out, and it gave you this dreamlike higher frequencies, high mids, and it was very floaty is probably a fun word to use for that. But it felt like it was awesome because and calm because of the nice delicate vocals on top. You heard that percussion coming in slowly, not at the intensity that it's going to be at or what it was at, and we know what it's going to be because we have now 2.5 minutes to go on. You can also hear that wind up. Now you hear that a lot with music. You heard it actually in the beginning of the song, and a wind up is essentially it's a way to use a piece of sound modulation or instrumentation. Sometimes they reverse a cymbal and exponentially fade it. Sometimes it's a siren. Sometimes it's just a almost like a static that gets wound up exponentially. So the closer it gets to the point of break, the more intense it becomes, and you can feel that energy building up. It's not meant to be a tonal value in terms of adding quality to that, but it is meant to help you realize that something is about to break in again, and it's done very well here.
줄 알았던 그림자를 따라가는 듯이 바꾸지 못하는 운명 속에 희망은 더 사라져가 근데 눈을 가려오다 더 깊이 빠져들어 so dark
Get in!
거짓말 달콤함을 가르쳐 경계 속 공부한 나와 끝까지 맞서려는 절망 끝이 없을 것 같아 여긴 찾던 곳이 아닌 걸 너무 유토피아
Too cool, man. Too cool. Big fan. Yeah, I'm hooked. Like I said, there are certain groups that just catch you, and it's difficult to do when it's a new genre because you're trying to figure out, is all their music like this? Is this a one-off? Well, it seems that they're pretty consistent, at least from what I've heard from the 2 songs I've heard, and I know I have a long way to go, and I know you're going to help guide me there, but how awesome was that? I love that chorus. I love the scale effect theme throughout the entire song. I love the fact that they placed their snare hits on the 3 and the 7. If you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as you would with music, and you're counting it in a standard 4/4, you would count on the 3 and the 7. And it's just nice, man. It's just small little subtleties that not necessarily are brand new to mainstream music, but they're done in a way that is a little different and ownable by them, and I think it's very cool. Massive fan of this group, and this is going to be a playlist on the channel for sure. This is the beginning of a long journey, and I'm grateful for your patience, for your support, and I promise you there will be more Dreamcatcher. Let me know where to go next. Until then, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.